Holy, look at this thing. For scale, check this out. I'm 6'2". I could sit in this comfortably. Like, oh, sick. That's amazing. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, today we are at Najd Village, a popular restaurant here in Riyadh, which is known to have a traditional seating, and it's just absolutely beautiful. The aesthetic of this place from the outside is gorgeous. So the inside, you can only imagine what this place is gonna look like. It is decked out top to bottom with heritage artifacts, I guess you could call them, and just like traditional seating and everything, and traditional food. So we're also going to have a tour of a museum, which I actually have here inside. So that's gonna be pretty cool too. So first we're gonna eat and then tour the place and just check it out and see what we see. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of this restaurant, but first we're gonna eat and then we'll continue with that. There's also a museum and a few other things in here which are pretty cool that we're gonna check out as well. So stay tuned. Well, I'm very excited for this. We've ordered the Saudi feast. We don't know exactly what we're getting. They're kind of just, they kind of just recommended a whole bunch of things and we just said yes to everything. So one thing I do know that I'm a little bit nervous for is a certain type of meat which we're gonna be having is camel meat. I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's going to be something kind of like alpaca and beef because it's in the same sort of family. So I'm pretty excited for that. Also, anytime you get to sit on the floor and eat food with people that you love, it's always a much better experience than anything else. So no matter what, I think the food's gonna be fantastic here. I'm super excited, and we've also ordered their traditional dish, which is called kebse. Kebse is actually one of my favorite foods, which I've never actually had the proper way. I've only had it homemade, but now to have it actually like the Saudi way is gonna be pretty exciting. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Also, while we wait, they just served us a nice Saudi coffee, which is like heavily spiced with cardamom. Super good and super light, just fantastic. Looking forward to this experience already, and we're just, I don't know, a couple minutes into this. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I'm a little bit overwhelmed with the food. It just arrived, so I'm gonna have the waiter explain what it is because I have no idea what anything is, and the names are all very complicated. So without further ado.
These are mugalgal, that's mean boneless lamb with green chili, tomato sauce.
Okay.
And this Arabic name is margu. That's mean brown bread mixed vegetable with lamb.
Okay.
That one is camel.
Nice.
Camel kapsa.
Uh-huh.
And this one chicken steam. It's called madgu chicken.
Okay.
And that one white one is jerish, barley cooking with laban.
Oh, nice.
Salt.
Okay.
And this sambosa cheese, sambosa meat also there.
And some fresh bread.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you just saw, the waiter explained everything that we're about to eat. I think I'm going to start with the camel just because I don't know what that's going to be like at all. I'll try the rice first just to see. Some of the most flavorful rice I've ever had in my life. Like, it's heavily seasoned, and I don't like things that are very lightly seasoned. Like, I think it's kind of boring. If you're gonna eat food, eat it the proper way. Season it, make it delicious, spice it up, like make it good. I don't actually know what goes into this. I know that it has cinnamon, it has cilantro seeds, what are those called? Coriander seeds, and a bunch of other things, which God knows, onion, who knows. But now for the actual camel meat, I'm gonna try and get one that's not so fatty because who knows? I think it's gonna be a gamey meat. It smells like game. Like, what, when you pick up a piece of lamb and it has that like smell to it, that's kind of what you get mixed with the spices. Pretty tender, very tender actually, extremely hot. But look at that, check that out. Like, it is just falling apart. It looks very much like lamb meat, if I'm being honest. So let's see. That's good. That's really good. It's like a less gamey lamb meat. Like, it has the texture of lamb, but not beef. It's kind of like lamb, but less gamey and just not more tender. It's a little bit tougher than it would. I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit tougher than lamb, but it's not as gamey, but it has a similar flavor to lamb and alpaca. But if you haven't had alpaca, alpaca is a mix of beef and lamb together. So this is kind of like a combination of beef, lamb, and alpaca all put together into one meat. This is phenomenal. I think this might actually be my favorite meat. This is so good. Highly recommend camel meat if you're ever in Saudi Arabia or anywhere in the Arabian Gulf area. You gotta have it. Next, traditionally, god damn it, it's gamey, you can tell. When the Kleenex sticks to you, you know. Traditionally, you're supposed to eat the rice with your hands. You're supposed to clump it up into a little ball and kind of like scoop it into your mouth. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not even gonna try and I'm gonna save myself the trouble and not embarrass myself. We got tamise bread, which is freshly baked. It's still pretty hot, actually. And you're supposed to eat it with these stews over here. This is called margoug, which is little pieces of dough that are baked into the stew. And then on top of that, you put that on the bread and you got pieces of lamb meat right here. Again, just falling apart. Look at that. So good. Wrap that up just like that and bismillah. It's not my favorite. I personally don't like mushy things. Like when dough starts to get too mushy, it's not my thing. Like, I just don't like the texture. The flavor is good. The lamb itself, very good. The stew, not my favorite just because it's mostly dough that's just absorbing the flavor of like tomato and whatever kind of oil that they use and a little bit of spice like chili peppers. It is good. I just don't like the doughy texture. But if you like smushy food, go for it. Next up, also with the bread, we got ngel right there. Again, that's lamb in a chili and tomato sauce. So I think it's gonna be similar, but served differently. More dry, which I think I'm gonna like a little bit better. It also looks a lot more spicy, so let's go. So good. It's got a lot more chili. I like the spice of it. It gives you like a little bit of burn. My body temperature is already going up. I think I'm just hot from all this food in front of me, but the meat falls apart. Absolutely delicious with the green chilies, super good as well. And it's a light tomatoey flavor, kind of stewed together, less sauce, and it's just absolutely delicious. Next up, we're gonna try the actual kebseh. So this here is Saudi Arabia's national dish. I think they make it with lamb or chicken normally. Chicken?
Both.
Yeah, both. Okay, so chicken is like the main one. I guess they do lamb as well. But this is what I've been looking forward to the most. So let's see. I think the rice is actually different from the camel rice. It's slightly different in color. Similar, but it has more tomatoes. And like the rice is kind of wet. I love wet rice. When you have saucy rice, it's just my favorite. So good. And then the chicken with that, also super seasoned. I think adding the tomato, you can actually see the tomato chunks in here, there in the rice. So it's actually just, it's super juicy. Chicken already just like crumbled apart. It's everything I've always wanted. Like I've had kebseh spice at home, but to have it actually served here in Saudi Arabia in a traditional spot like this, like I can't ask for anything more. I think this is my favorite rice right there. Go for the kebseh, just normal kebseh. There's a lot of different variations that you can try when you're here, but I think you should start with this as a base because this is probably, I think it's my favorite one to be honest. This with the lamb meats and this stuff, fantastic. On top of that, we got samosas, which are, I think it's just kind of like an egg roll wrapper. It's what they use here. I don't know if they actually make it here, like the dough itself. So I'm gonna say it's like an egg roll. And this one is stuffed with meat, I believe. It's very good, but I wish it had a little bit of spiciness to it. I think that would complete it 100%. It does have chili and ground beef, and then the flakiness of the bread itself is just phenomenal. But if it had a little bit more spice, I think this would complete it. So then on top of that, we're gonna do the cheese samosa. It kind of tastes like an Arabic spread called lebaneh, which is, it's yogurt that's been dehydrated completely, kind of turned into like a cream cheese. I think that's what they have in here, or something very similar to it. I personally like lebaneh. It's not for everyone. It has kind of a sour, it tastes like lebaneh though. I don't know. It's supposed to be cheese, but I'm getting hints of lebaneh, so I don't know. I personally like this. I don't know if it's for everyone because it has kind of a bit of a sour taste to it. This stuff is called jarjir, and what it is, it's barley that's been cracked and cooked in milk. And I don't know what this stuff is here. I think it's onion maybe. You're supposed to eat this with the rice, so you take a bite of this with that, but I'm gonna try it by itself. I would never guess that was barley. It's cooked, it's kind of like, it has a sour taste to it by itself. I don't think I would eat it, but the proper way, served with some rice, is probably going to be pretty good. It's such a unique flavor. I don't know what to say. With the rice, it's very good. By itself, I probably would never touch that again. I'm kind of confused. I completely forgot about the yogurt. So I thought this was just like yogurt that, just kind of like Greek yogurt, but it's actually not. It's similar to Iran, which is like a Lebanese or Turkish, whatever you want to call it. It's a yogurt drink that's mixed with salt and water, which I personally love. You gotta have ayran when you have a beef shawarma. It's fantastic. And this is like a more watery version of that. So let's see. I think it's almost the same thing, but just without the salt. Again, if you like yogurt, it's your thing. If not, don't get it, but I personally love this. Like, I order ayran anytime I order a shawarma, so yeah. The yogurt and in the bowl that it comes with, this is the best place. But yeah, Najd Village, this is like, if you come to Riyadh, specifically in Saudi Arabia, this place is one of the most beautiful restaurants I've ever been to in my life. Food, a solid 10. Like, everything here has been really good. Finally got to try camel, so I'm stoked for that, and yeah, let's feast. Okay, so we are currently in the museum and they're just letting me check it out on my own here, which is pretty cool. Everything in here is actually from old times. Nothing here is recent. Well, I guess some of it's recent history, but everything here is authentic, is what I'm trying to say. And it's just super cool. They got a whole abundance of things, like old style perfumes, jewelry, bunch of old trunks over here. It's pretty crazy to see. Coffee pots, pottery in general. Look at the detail on that. You can just kind of see the writing etched into it, and it's all metal too, which is pretty crazy. Some of the modern technology. Pretty sick to see this. Some glassware, maybe that's for incense, I believe. Maybe this is from the royals back in the day, who knows. Pretty crazy. They got thermoses here. So whenever you make Saudi coffee, the little coffee that I was served earlier, you cook it in like a traditional little pot or teapot sort of thing, and then you pour it into a thermos, and then typically they go out into the desert and they have that over there. Also, you can see some old coins. And these are the pots after, so you'd boil it in there and then you would serve it in there, and that's what chills with you and just stays kind of hot like a thermos too. Okay, you got the old school Pepsi, in Arabic, Bebzi, as well as Merinda. This is so crazy to see. Okay, Canada Dry, little taste of home. That must be more recent. Some recent coins or notes as well. Here we go into the older stuff. I believe that's just a mortar and pestle. Either that or it was used for incense. Those are the trays that they used to eat their food in. Like the kebsa that we had is traditionally served in that. Right there. Some stonework, leather, I think to blow fire. Yeah. Some ancient things, pretty sick. And look at these. Super cool. And there it is, museum tour with permission of the restaurant and our amazing host. Thank you so much. Just look at the work on the doors. Like, this is art. This is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there you have it. There's the museum. That's the little tour. And I think there might be one more thing to see. Check out this door, which is just ancient. Look at this thing. It's kind of hard to see the detail in it. Yeah, you can see it. Let's get a different angle. Right there. It is massive. And also, when I was, holy, look at this thing. For scale, check this out. I'm 6'2". I could sit in this comfortably. Like, man, oh, sick. That's amazing. All right, let's get out of here before they close. Imagine serving tea or coffee in this thing. Just absolutely amazing. And then also the spices that I was mentioning earlier for the kebsa, this is what they use. They got cardamom, they got cinnamon, what do you call this, clove? That's coffee. And this is dried limes, and they're the types of rice that they would use. This is actually no, that's rice, yeah. But yeah, there you have it. This is Najd Village. 100% I would recommend coming here, 10 out of 10 experience. The culture that you see here is phenomenal. It's unmatched anywhere else you're gonna go. Food, absolutely incredible. We fed 3 people and we still have enough for like 5 more people to eat. And yeah, it's reasonably priced for the experience that you get. So 100%, I highly recommend coming here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what I do, please hit that like button, subscribe. And if not, have a great day. Thank you.
مقلقل but shape
Yeah.
shape.
Lamb.
lamb.
Yeah.
And also this one I cannot explain to you.
That was lamb with just dough. Ma'ajin.
What is name this? Margoog.
Margoog. Okay, so this is
Margoog.
margoog. Matatas. Magalgal. Martoud.
Margoog.
Next we got magloog with the bread with tasmin. Is that what it's called? Tamis. This one was magdoul. Margoog. What's this one called?
مقلقل
Mgalgal.